Hi, everybody. Welcome to This Week in Falmouth. I'm Michael.
And I'm Susan, and it's another
Susan.
beautiful week in Falmouth.
Beautiful day today, that's for sure, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Is it the calm before, the calm after the storm, or
The calm in the middle of the storm.
calm in the middle of the storm? I know. It was a nice break and everything's
Yeah.
melted, so we're ready for the next one.
Yeah, I don't think we on the Cape are going to have too much in the way of snow this week. I
Right.
think for us, mostly it's going to be like rain off and on, that kind of thing. So,
Sure.
although
Sure.
it's interesting, it's like 51 degrees today, and tonight's supposed to be in the 20s. So,
I know.
yeah, it's going to be a big
crazy.
drop, and then tomorrow won't be any higher than the low 30s. So, we're kind of like in that up and down time.
So all the muddy stuff's going to be frozen. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting. But
Yeah.
still, it'll be good to get back outside and not get sloshy. So
Exactly.
yeah, cool. What's
Yeah.
going on? What do we have to look forward to this week?
So what's going on? Again, a variety of things, some inside, some outside. We're going to start with a beautiful resistance panel discussion. This is the Woods Hole Diversity Advisory Committee. This takes place tomorrow at noon. It's a virtual. It's a Boston Globe production, conceptualized and curated by Janae Osterhelt, to celebrate Black joy and Black lives. And she will also be part of the panel. And they ask you to watch 6 short episodes of A Beautiful Resistance and then submit questions to the panelists for discussion. And
Nice.
These episodes can be found on the Boston Globe or on YouTube. Again, go to our website, falmouthchamber.com. Or the Woods Hole Diversity Advisory Committee website, and you'll find the links on how to hook into this.
Nice. That's kind of cool. It's interesting. Yeah.
On February 18th at 3:00, that's tomorrow. That's Thursday. There will be a webinar that is hosted by the Cape Cod Commission and RevB LLC. This is about navigating pandemic relief funding programs, PPP Round 2, and other funding opportunities for Cape Cod small businesses. Many small businesses identified access to funding, but if you need help navigating the Round 2 PPP and other pandemic relief funding sources, this is a not to miss webinar.
Nice. Yeah, important. There's a lot to learn in between the lines, and having those kind of webinars is very helpful.
There is, and the takeaway is there's still funding out there. There's still a fair amount of funding out there. And so try and access that funding, because it may help keep you alive until the economy comes back online. On Thursday, February 18th at 4:00 by Zoom, Falmouth Arts Center is presenting their book club, The Big C, an autobiography by Langston Hughes.
Langston
Hughes. Robin Joyce Miller will lead the discussion. She's done a series of artworks inspired by Langston Hughes' poems and those works, which will be on display at the Falmouth Arts Center in February as part of the exhibit. The exhibit entitled Works by Claudia Smith Jacobs, Carl Lopes, Joe Diggs, and Robin Joyce Miller. And so join them on Zoom for this book group. And also the Art Center is open. They're using social distancing and all that kind of stuff. So you got to call and reserve, and so they know who's coming and how many, and try and limit and everything. In fact, most of the places that are usually open this time of year are open, but you just have to reserve. You have to go online or phone in and save your space, because they have to control the
limited capacity,
exactly.
But you can still do these things. That's great.
But you can still do these things, On Thursday, February 18th, from 7 to 8 p.m. by Zoom, the Cape Cod Community College Center for Corporate and Professional Education is presenting a meet and greet with their podcasting program instructors, Stephanie Viva and Lisa Z. Stephanie was voted Cape Cod's best personality of 2020 and has spent over 20 years working in social media and public relations.
You relate to that, relations. I like it.
And has professional experience in voice acting, event management, promotions, hosting, etc., etc. And Stephanie is currently the host of a podcast network at listenhappier.com. They will introduce you to the podcasting format. And this is a meet and greet, and there is a podcasting educational opportunity coming up with Stephanie Viva and Lisa Z. On Friday, February 19th from 10 to 11, just a reminder, Falmouth Museums on the Green, they have their historical walking tour, which they are going to do through May on the first and third Friday of every month. It's all weather driven. So, and reservations aren't required, but they are requested so they can, manage people.
I got to think too, as it starts getting warmer, those tours are going to fill up.
Yeah, even with the cold weather, people, they just need to get outside some, and this gives them something to do. And they're willing to do these tours even in the wintertime, which is great. But you need to call and make sure, because it is weather driven, make sure that it's going to go on for that day. And again, that's the first and third Friday of every month through May.
Nice.
So just call over there at the Museums on the Green and find out, is it a go? And if it is, then you'll meet at the Hallett Barn at 9:45 and you'll go off at 10 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah. On February 19th through the 26th on Fridays for 2 weeks from 11 to 1:30, Cape Cod Community College Center for Corporate and Professional Education is doing a Zoom program, Cybersecurity Essentials for the Small Business. And I guess cybersecurity being in the news these days is like a hot thing. You got to protect your data. That's
absolutely.
Yeah. So this is a basic course. There's 2 sections. The first section is basic cybersecurity terminology and the overview of the landscape and exploring various threats that small business face. And then on their second session, they'll explore more advanced cybersecurity topics. And we'll discuss some of the programs that small business owners can implement to protect their business. And again, that's the Cape Cod 4Cs Community College Center for Corporate and Professional Education.
Must participate.
Must protect your business.
Absolutely.
On Friday, February 19th, 3 to 5 p.m. FCTV. This is a continuation of their school vacation youth course. This is video game streaming. It's a Zoom program. It's 1 session. Students learn how to stream their video games on services such as Twitch and Mixer. I don't even know what those things are. Do you? Have you heard of them?
I'll ask my kids. Yeah, kind of know.
It's just like, you hate to date yourself, but just when you get used to tweets and all that other stuff. This is Twitch and Mixer. I'm gonna have to look this up.
I mean, anyway, you use your phone as the phone, right?
Yeah, you use your phone.
Not as a mini computer, but yeah. So anyway.
And so registration is open to youth ages 8 to 18. So it's not open to me.
Because we'd just be lost if we were in there anyway.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. On Mondays, 3:30 to 4:30 from February 22nd to April 12th, the Cape Symphony is offering a program, Art Appreciation, the Harlem Renaissance. After the Civil War, African Americans migrated north to Harlem in New York. And from the 1910s to the 30s, a cultural renaissance in art, music, and literature flourished in Harlem. How and why artists moved from classical styles like landscape to more Afrocentric work, and how artists use their unique voices to depict their experiences and create a revolution in art is what this program is about. Nice. And this is for people 18 and up.
Nice. So if you're excluded from the previous animation, not the animation, the computer thing, you can take this. So
exactly.
So the rest of us 18 and up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. No, that's very interesting. Neat.
Yeah. On February 22nd to May 10th, Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. Not every Monday, and the actual dates are in the event listing. The Cape Cod Community College Center for Corporate and Professional Education will be presenting the Society for Human Resource Management Certified Professional Exam Prep course, and that's by Zoom. And this is for HR professionals who are engaged primarily in operational roles, implementing policies, serving as the HR point of contact for staff and stakeholders, and performing day-to-day HR functions. You know, it's interesting. I was reading an article today when I was putting this together, and there's another one right behind it. And it was talking about how usually in an economic downturn, there are people take advantage of the time away from having to work to get more skills, and they go to school. But this isn't happening during this one because of the pandemic. And it's preventing, schools are closed, and, they're not, they don't have the same accessibility. So when I was putting this together, I thought, oh, that's interesting that, that people are
Even
going to
with
want
so much available online and
Yeah.
through Zoom and all, and it's still the
Yeah.
numbers are down, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And people are going to want to, some of them are going to have to change their skill set because their jobs aren't going to be available after all of
Right.
this.
And there are a lot of programs, like you said, out there. There's funding for programs,
Yeah.
and schools and community groups are doing this type of thing. So
Right.
yeah, it's interesting. That's surprising to me that you'd say
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
take advantage if you can, if
Take
you think you need
advantage
to.
if you can, yeah, and look at the government websites, both in locally, Massachusetts, and federally. Like you said, there are programs out there, and there is money out there as part of the relief packages that have been passed to try and get people back in the workforce, maybe in a different capacity than they were before all of this started. So most certainly, going forward, there will be a new normal. We won't go back to an old normal. Things will have changed. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what that new normal is.
Yeah, it will. It will. On February 22nd through April 5th, Mondays for 7 weeks from 6 to 9. Again, the Cape Cod Community College Center for Corporate and Professional Education is presenting unrestricted construction supervisor exam prep. This is by Zoom. This is to be licensed for construction, reconstruction, alteration, repair, removal, or demolition involving any activity regulated by code, and includes all the specialty licenses. There are some prerequisites that apply, so check our website. Those are listed, or go onto their website and for more detailed information.
More education. It's good.
More education, yep.
Nice.
And then finally, Falmouth Museums on the Green is presenting on Tuesday, February 23rd, from 7 to 8:30 by Zoom, The Apocalypse Factory with Steve Olson, Plutonium and the Making of the Atomic Age. It began with plutonium, or maybe it really began with fear that Germans would be the first to weaponize the atom. So that's the real reason, in a matter of months, the US built the vast Hanford nuclear facility on the banks of the mighty Columbia River in eastern Washington state. There, thousands of physicists, engineers, laborers, and support staff manufactured plutonium for the first atomic bombs to fuel the American nuclear arsenal. This author, Steve Olson, grew up 20 miles from the Hanford's-B reactor, so has always wondered why this facility has been largely overlooked in the histories of the Manhattan Project and the Cold War, and has written a book.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How interesting the world would be if there was no such thing as plutonium, right?
Yeah.
Such a short period of time. It's kind of crazy when you
It changed a lot, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it changed a lot in a short period of time.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting, and to learn about that would be something else.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Chemistry kind of runs the world, doesn't it?
Yeah. I should have paid more attention when I was in school, but anyway, so that's good. There's a lot to do, a little bit inside, a little bit outside, a lot of educational stuff, which is really important. A lot of learning about that. Cybersecurity is excellent, stuff to support your business and also. Good. That's good.
And then the exhibits that we have talked about in the past, they're still ongoing and they're on our calendar. Check that out if you're looking for some artwork or you want to, check out some exhibits.
Yep. Always go to the chamber website, www.falmouthchamber.com. Check out what's going on. It's being updated every day. I've said before, Susan's got her jammies on at 2 a.m. updating stuff. So, right, it's just happening.
Not true.
Yeah, hot off the press. This is happening. So, anyway, so great. So, and with school vacation this week, a lot of people are gonna be around, probably hanging out and take advantage of being outside and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also know that, most of our restaurants are open.
Absolutely. Yep.
They're recognizing social distancing and all that kind of stuff. So even if you never put in reservations before, give them a call, put in a reservation. There are places to eat and things to see, but you just have to plan it in advance.
Absolutely. Yep. Shop local.
Yeah,
Keep safe.
that's it. Have a
All
good
right.
week.
See you next week.